Welcome to The Know. I'm Ashley Jenkins.
I'm Mica Burton.
Is Microsoft planning an E3 comeback? Oh. Possibly. One that might involve a whole new direction for its games.
We've got a lot of news about Microsoft's E3 plans, and it seems like they're banking on making a big splash at the event, with not only the official public reveal of their super-powered Project Scorpio console, but also the company's next wave of big hits, according to officials.
None of that being secret, they've been being like, hey, E3 is gonna be huge for a while now.
Very true. Meanwhile, Microsoft is also planning to talk about a whole new gaming initiative at E3 that might not even involve traditional console games.
Yeah, so in a briefing with financial analysts at Microsoft's Build conference this week, Xbox boss Phil Spencer talked about the Xbox business as well as gaming as a whole for Microsoft. According to highlights posted on NeoGAF, Spencer said that at E3, Microsoft will talk about the next wave of big hits that are coming for the Xbox. He also said that Microsoft will continue to invest in first-party games, which, hey, there's a first time for everything.
Yay!
We'll be very happy about all that.
Now, what those games exactly are isn't clear yet, but we've gotten word from industry leaker Shinobi 602 that Microsoft has apparently acquired the marketing rights to a major AAA game that hasn't been announced yet.
Could we just get your official name, Shinobi? We feel like an idiot. It's just being like, and Shinobi 602 says, but the dude, like, he's accurate a lot of times. It just
Shinobi
sounds
602
silly.
is great, so, you know, Shinobi 602 tweeted yesterday. So there's a major unannounced AAA that Microsoft has marketing on. Not bad, Xbox. Bring on E3.
All right, so that's kind of intriguing. So Windows Central editor Kdin guessed that it could possibly be the rumored next Assassin's Creed game, Assassin's Creed Origins, RIP Empire.
Whatever the game is, Microsoft could definitely use a boost. It's been widely reported that Microsoft has fallen behind in the exclusives race to Sony and honestly even Nintendo at this point.
Well, maybe let's not go as far as Nintendo. But they have been having a little bit of trouble with the cancellation of things like Scalebound and so on.
So, you know, it makes sense that they want to make a splash with some new games. As for locking down the marketing rights to a new AAA game, we're not sure how big of an impact that would make at this point, but you know, hey, that's why we don't get paid the big bucks.
We just get the little bucks.
The teeny bucks.
But aside from traditional console games, Microsoft also has a big E3 reveal planned around virtual reality type games that it calls its mixed reality initiative. Now, if you're not familiar, mixed reality games are kind of a combination of virtual and augmented reality, but unlike virtual reality, where the user is completely immersed in a different world and isn't seeing anything from the real world, mixed reality headsets use transparent lenses to put digital content onto your real-life surroundings, let you interact with them. If you saw all of the stuff that they did with HoloLens the last couple years, that's really where they're going with it. Microsoft seems to be putting their eggs in the mixed reality basket rather than going all in on VR.
Bring back HoloLens 2K17. Microsoft Executive Vice President Terry Myerson said that an update coming to Windows 10 later this year will see the magic of mixed reality brought to consumers around the world. Microsoft also announced 2 new mixed reality headsets and a motion controller, all of which are designed for Windows.
The 2 headsets are by HP and Acer, costing $329 and $299 respectively, and the general public will get a hold of them this holiday season. Microsoft also unveiled a new motion controller to go with those headsets, and that'll be bundled with the Acer headset for $399. Oh, and they showed a cool Tron-like video of a lady using the headset and motion controller to summon a big dragon, like, you know, like you do.
I'm down. At the end of its Build keynote, Microsoft said we'll get to hear more about actual mixed reality games at, you guessed it, E3. So while we don't know what games will be announced yet, it appears that Microsoft has some big gaming plans that don't necessarily involve Xbox One or the Scorpio.
Or that don't lean on them, at least.
Right. The mixed reality headsets and controllers are all Windows branded, not Xbox, which, you know, is worth noting.
Yeah, so also Microsoft's mixed reality team got a pretty high profile new staff member recently when the head of 343 Industries, Dan Ayoub, left that team to go work in Microsoft's mixed reality department. So Ayoub's worked on Halo games dating back to 2009's Halo Reach, and in his new job, he'll work in an effort for the empowerment of education through technology, whatever that means. But that move is a sign that Microsoft is adding some pretty heavy hitters to its mixed reality efforts from the gaming space, which is kind of important.
Okay.
For us, at least.
But where does that leave consoles? Is the Scorpio going to support VR games or mixed reality games?
Well, it runs Windows 10, but overall not super clear yet. Microsoft does have some VR-ish plans for how fans interact with each other on Xbox Live. So it's apparently called the Metaverse, so we're all gonna be living Persona, I guess. And while Microsoft hasn't talked a lot about it yet, Spencer said at the analyst briefing described a scenario where gamers logged into Xbox Live walked into a room where their friends' avatars are and being able to interact with them directly. So maybe that it all sounds very like visionary and crazy, but when you take it and translate it into actually like what would be technically feasible. Maybe some VR type hub world coming to Xbox Live. It's Second Life. Third Life, would it be Third Life at this point? So we'll probably learn more about that, whatever it is at E3. Either way, it sounds pretty cool though.
Yeah, and speaking of Xbox Live, Microsoft officials were all quick to point out that it's continuing to grow. They said Xbox Live has grown to 52 million users, up from just 46 million users year over year.
Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella called Xbox Live the biggest gaming social network, which might be a surprise to Steam and PlayStation Network users, and that it monetizes far more than any other gaming social network. So whatever Microsoft's plans, it is clear that the company is a pretty big fan of Xbox Live, clearly wants to hang on to those fans for as long as possible, monetize them as much as possible. Whether it will come up with enough games to entice them to stick around does remain to be seen, but we'll know more in a few weeks, and Microsoft has been going very, very heavy on the messaging that E3 is going to be all about games for Xbox. Hopefully we'll see some exclusive surprises for, well, not Microsoft Xbox exclusives, but that are going to be going crazy with the Scorpio launch. That would be nice.
And hopefully they don't suffer from No Man's Sky syndrome with all the hype but none of the payout. Crossing my fingers for you, Microsoft.
Yeah, what do you guys think of Microsoft's new game strategy? Do mixed reality games actually sound interesting to you? Do you prefer the idea of mixed reality with your games, or do you like going all in with VR? Let us know in the comments.
And for all of your Microsoft news, including when they finally announce some damn games instead of just hardware to play them on, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the Know. So while we don't know what games will be announced yet, it appears that Microsoft has some big gaming plans that don't necessarily invoke Xbox One or Scorpio. The mixed reality headsets, did I say involve?
You said invoke, which I actually liked. I like invoke.
Invoke. Well, it's not quite the right word, but you know, whatever.
But it sounds good.
It sounds cool.